Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. No issues with the audio or the video. Am I right, guys? Okay, great, awesome. So yesterday you guys were able to understand everything that I taught you guys in our yesterday's class, right? There was no issues yesterday, right? Because today we are going to start writing our code. So I want to understand if you guys were able to understand our yesterday's class properly or not. Because without that, today you guys will be facing a lot of issues. So we want to make sure that you guys are able to understand it properly. So can we get the recorded sessions? See, this is a YouTube live video, right? So recorded sessions are available with you guys on with lifetime access. But the point is that if you want certification, then yes, you will have to attend the classes live. If you don't want certification, then yes, the recorded classes are available to you guys on YouTube, right? Okay, great, awesome, guys, awesome. So, okay, so let me ask you a very simple question first of all. Difference between TensorFlow and Keras. Can somebody explain that to me? Difference between TensorFlow and Keras, guys. Can somebody make me understand it? If you guys were able to understand yesterday's class properly, can one of you explain to me what is the difference between TensorFlow and Keras, guys? TensorFlow and Keras. Can somebody explain that to me? Keras is over TensorFlow. Okay, TensorFlow is open source ML framework. Okay. Uh, what next, guys? What next? The libraries in Python. Keras is built upon TensorFlow. Okay. We can easily interact with Keras than TensorFlow. Okay. Ease of use is there. Okay. Okay, Ashwar, that is also very good way of making somebody understand it. Good. Both are frameworks for ML. Okay, but what's the difference? TensorFlow is made by Google at a high level language. Keras is further simplified. Good. Okay, so many of you guys are able to understand the basics of the difference between Keras and TensorFlow, guys. So, nevertheless, shall we start the today's class, guys? Please let me know. Shall we start the today's class, guys? Please let me know. Okay, we'll start with our writing our code, guys. So I'll just take out your chat and place it on the left hand side of my screen, as well as I will share my screen with you guys as well. So let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, present, share screen, entire screen, share. Let me bring myself down. Oh shit, add to stage. Okay, now it's perfect, right? Okay, so let's get started, guys. Let me open up Collab. So we'll be using Collab right now. Let me bring. This is way too far for me. Let me get a little bit closer right over here. That will be better. And let me bring my chair a little bit down. Okay, yeah. Now I think so. It's perfect. Okay, so let me open up Collab right over here. COLAB collab.research.google.com. And yeah, we'll work in a new notebook itself. I think so that should be fine. Let's start from the scratch so that we are able to learn a lot more. Okay, so we have opened up our collab, guys. We'll name it as project 1. Okay, project 1. Reason being, there are 3 things that we have to do in this particular project. So we'll name this as the beginner project or the project 1 itself. Okay, we'll start with the basics. First, you need to understand something. All these packages, right? TensorFlow, Keras, then NumPy. Okay, all these packages that are out there, it is not inbuilt inside of Python, guys. Python is just a programming language. All these packages are something that you need to tell Python that, okay, dude, whatever code that we're going to write today is going to require this package as well. You need to import this package first and then start writing your code, because Python by default doesn't has these packages pre-installed with it. Okay, these are available. You have to tell Python that, dude, we require these packages. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. It's basically like your body is requires food and water. It does not come already with all the food and water that you need. You continuously require food and water as well. So every time that you require food and water, you will import food and water. You will have it. You will use it so that you are able to sustain your body. In the exact same way, your program, the project that you are going to create requires these different packages. The first package that is required is the CV2 package, guys. Okay, can somebody let me know what is the full form of CV2? Import CV2. Okay, take a random ass guess, guys. Take a random ass guess. Random ass guess, guys. CV. What do you think would be the full form of CV, guys? Anybody? 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 Just a random guess, guys. I'm able to understand. I'm not expecting you guys to write the correct particular answer, but still. Okay. So CV basically means Open CV package. That is the computer vision package that is there. So this gives the ability to use Python to access images. Okay, that is the use case of CV2. Okay, CV2 or Open CV, that is computer vision itself, that gives the ability to your computer to understand, to get vision. Okay, to basically understand images at the end of the day. Okay, so this package will help us with that. Okay, the next particular package that we need to import numpy as np. Okay, so now let's just write import numpy. Numpy is another package inside of Python that allows computation of matrices. Do you guys remember matrix multiplication, matrix addition that used to happen in mathematics, guys? Matrix, do you guys remember it? Do you guys remember matrix multiplication? These matrix multiplications and everything right over here. So NumPy basically provides it's a package that helps Python do these computations extremely fast. Okay, because again, try to understand this, guys. Your images, do you guys know this, right? That an image is nothing else but a huge matrix of pixels. Like an image is basically consisted of something called as pixels. You guys must have heard, right? It's a 4K TV, it's a 1080p, this many pixel densities there in my phone itself. This is how my phone gets much more clear pictures itself. So all this concept of pixels that are there. So an image, an individual image is actually consisted of pixels, right? Let me show you guys. Image pixels. Okay, so this is a shit, but yeah, basically if you zoom into a particular picture, if you sit very close to your TV, you will be able to see small rectangles right over there. You will be able to see small rectangles right over there, guys. You'll be able to see small rectangles like this. If you guys remember, these rectangles are nothing else but these squares, and each square contains a red, a green, and a blue LED. And these LEDs together create the different colors that you are able to see. Similarly, for an image as well, if there is an image, it is actually small rectangles that have certain mathematical values for this red, green, and blue colors itself. Okay, that is how basically you create an image. So any image can actually be represented in a mathematical way very easily. So to make sure that we are able to work with images properly, we are going to use NumPy package. Okay, and instead of writing, so every time that you want to use the NumPy package, I don't want to write NumPy again and again and again. So I'm going to assign a nickname to NumPy. I'm going to assign a nickname to NumPy, guys. So for example, right over here, we will have as NP. So instead of writing NumPy again and again, okay, while I have to use it, I can just refer to it as NP. Okay, it's much more faster, much more efficient as well. Okay, shit, I've already run it. No issues. We'll continue writing our code. The next thing that we have to import is the TensorFlow package, guys. Again, because we have to deal with deep learning, we need TensorFlow right over there. So import TensorFlow as TF. So again, instead of writing TensorFlow again and again and again while we want to use it, we will refer to it as TF. We'll give it a nickname of TF right over there, guys. The last and the final import statement that we want to, so what are we going to do? I'll just explain the first project very carefully, guys. Give me a second. Let me just open up one note right over here. Let me explain the project to you guys so that you guys are also comfortable with it. This is one of the most basic projects that you can implement at any particular point of time. Okay, it is not very complicated right over here. So any user coming to your website will provide a particular number on your screen. So this is our final project, guys, both for front end and back end. There will be a screen. Okay, for example, this is your mobile phone itself. Instead of your mobile phone, you will have a particular drawing area. Okay, this is where you can draw. You will write a particular number right over here. Let's say 7. Okay, you can draw 7 with your finger right over there and click on predict. So it will predict whether that number, which number it is. So it is 7. So it will show you that this number that you have drawn is 7. So basically it is handwritten number recognition system. Okay, handwritten number recognition system. So whatever number that you are going to write, you just write it right over there. Okay, and you have to draw it right over there and it will predict that for you. So first we need to create a model that is able to predict that is able to recognize the right numbers carefully. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. We need to create a particular model that is able to recognize, that is able to predict the right number based on the drawing that is there. First, we need to build the model. Secondly, then we'll go on how to deploy it on the back end and front end. So that is how we are going to do. Again, excuse me, guys. Okay, so let's go back to our code, guys. So now, because right now we are just building the model, we don't have a front end, we don't have a back end right now. So we want to see what data are we training this particular model as. Yesterday, if you guys remember the guidebook, right? Question and answer. What will be the question in this particular case? An image of a handwritten digit. And what will be the answer? The prediction of that digit. Okay, so I have a particular image of 7, then it should predict 7 as the answer, right? So that will be my question and answer right over here. So I would want to see what questions I'm giving to my model to learn from. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Sai Jashwant, if you're late, that is your lookout. I've already explained. I don't go around repeating stuff. Be on time. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. I would want to see what data I'm training my model on. What are these images of these handwritten images that I'm going to train my data on? So for that, we need to draw these data. We need to plot these data on our screen. These images that we want to see, we want to show them on our screen, guys. Now to do that, we are going to use another particular, because we are going to show multiple images on our screen. Okay, try to understand this. We are going to show multiple images on our screen. So it will be beneficial if we are able to organize these images properly. Like, okay, there should be 9 images on our screen, 3 in one row, 3 columns as well. Okay, it's 9 images right over there. So everything will look nice and clean right over there. So to do that, you have a very good data visualization package that is called as matplotlib. Okay, matplotlib, guys. This basically helps you make these graphs. Okay, inside of which you can have images, you can have other particular items as well. For us, it will be images, but it will help us organize these images very carefully and very better. So this is a data visualization package, guys. So let's import that as well. Import matplotlib.py pyplot as plt, let's call it as that. Okay, so we are going to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt as well, guys. So these are all the packages that is required by our project one, guys. So we are currently installing all these packages. As you are able to see, we have already installed these packages. Now we can start writing our code. Now, what is the data set? Again, guys, there are two ways of going about this. The first way is that you can first decide that, okay, I will collect my own data. You will sit right over there or using a pen and paper. You will write all the digits down. You'll click pictures of that. You'll ask your brother to write some digits down. You click pictures of that. You'll edit those pictures, create a database. So it's a very lengthy process. We don't have that much time that I will ask you guys to do this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use a publicly available open source data set that somebody else has already created. Somebody else has already created. We are just going to use it itself, guys. That data set, I hope so many of you guys know about it, is the MNIST data set itself, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. My cough hasn't gone away. MNIST dataset, guys. So let us look at MNIST dataset. Where should I look at that? Let's look at that right over here. This is shit. Papers with code. Maybe this will give me a better understanding about stuff. Okay, yeah. So we can read about this data set right over here. These are the images in that data set, guys. As you're able to see, these are the different images that will be there inside the data set. As you're able to see, different formats of writing O, different formats of writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and each of these numbers are individual images, guys. This data set has each of these numbers as individual images. And just like that, there are 60,000 images, guys. 60,000 images. That is the training data. That is the data set on which I am going to make my students learn. Raju Rastogi, right? Yesterday, Raju Rastogi, Silencer, Chatur Ramalingam, and your, what was his name? Ranchordas Shamaldas Chachad, right? The data that I provided, the question and answers that I provided to them to learn from. Okay, when I was the teacher, it's called as the training data set on which the algorithm, on which the model is going to learn. Okay, they are going to learn from. And then there was a test that I conducted of 20 questions, right? To see if they are doing well or not. Have they learned something or not? So that test set is of 10,000 examples, guys. So we are having how many total number of images are we are having, guys? How many total number of images are we having, guys? Please let me know. How many total number of images are we having, guys? Please let me know. How many total number of images are we having, guys? Please do let me know. 70,000 images. Now, to collect those images by ourselves will be a very, very, very big deal. We will not be able to do that. That is the reason why we are taking the help of such a data set right over here, guys. Again, each of these data sets are actually monochrome images. That means it is black and white images, guys. And each of the image is 28 by 28 pixels. That is the height and width of individual images, guys. 28 by 28 pixels, guys. Okay, so I'm so sorry. Okay, okay, so now what we're going to do is, guys, I'm going to take up the first attendance for today's class, guys. There will be two attendance in our today's class. If you're missing out on either one of these attendances, you will be missing out on the certificate as well. There are two attendance in today's class, guys. Again, reminding you guys, if you're missing on any one of these attendances, you will not be able to get the certificates. Am I being very clear with it, guys? Please let me know. Am I being very clear with it, guys? Please let me know, guys. So two attendance in today's class, guys. If you're missing any one of these attendances, you will not be able to get the certificate. Okay. The first attendance, you guys will be having 5 minutes to fill up the attendance, guys. Similar to that for the second one as well. I can take up the second one immediately after this. Like that is up to me to decide. And this is day 5A. Okay. I'm sending you guys the attendance link right now. The attendance link is in the live chat, guys. You guys can start filling up the attendance link. It will be closed exactly at 8:40. At exactly 8:40, the attendance link will be closed. We will be continuing with our class, guys. The class is not over. There's a lot left to do in the class. But by 8:40, the attendance link will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now. The attendance link is in the live chat, guys. I'll be providing the attendance link just for 1 minute. Then I will not be providing the attendance link further. So please start filling up the attendance right now. Then we'll continue with our project, guys. So what, Anna? What do we do? So let's sit for 3 minutes peacefully, take a long breath, and then we'll continue with our particular project. Does the size of pixel also vary? So according to oh shit, according to the norms, it shouldn't, but in real life it does, because you are having different quality of screens that are there, so the size of the pixels have reduced by a lot. But usually, mathematically, computationally, we consider one pixel to be 1 by 96th of an inch. That is how we see pixels right over there. Nachiketa, no, you will not be able to get the certificates, but you can definitely attend the classes, do the project, learn the topics properly. Okay. Okay. Photo. Which photo? Fuck, who is snoring right over here in the office? Okay. Hey, give me a second, guys. Some fucker is snoring right now. Let me just see who is snoring in the office. Okay, nobody was snoring. It was a fan that is currently making noise, but it really felt as if somebody was snoring right over there. Okay. Mistakenly, I'm one missed 1 day attendance. No issues in that. You will still get the attendance. Don't worry about it. Guys, finish up with the attendance so that we are able to start with our class. A lot of things are remaining in the project itself. Let my brooder sleep. There was nobody who was sleeping. It was just a fan that was making noise. But it really, really, really like felt as if somebody was snoring. I like, who is this? Who the fuck is snoring in my office? Okay. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I can be a singer, right? I can sing well. I don't know. Like when I sing, people start sleeping. So I think so. I'm a good singer, right? I'm like Jigglypuff from Pokemon. For those who have seen Pokemon, they will be able to understand. For those who haven't, I don't know what you were doing in your childhood, man. Pokemon is like the staple diet that I had when I was a kid. Okay. So let's continue with our particular class, guys. Okay. Otherwise, you guys will also sleep. So let's start with something. Okay. Um, let's go back to our drawing board. Let's try to understand something. Like I said, we the data that we are having 70,000 images that we are having right now are divided into two halves, right? 60K and 10K, right? Are you guys able to understand this? The data set has 70,000 images are there in our MNIST data set, guys. It's divided into two halves, 60K and 10K. This 60K data set is the training data set, right? It is the training data set, guys, on which we're going to make our students, our model learn that, okay, bro, we are having this particular image, that means it is 7. Okay, we are having this particular image, that means it is 1. Now, it can be an underfitted, overfitted, or a good model. Okay, it can just go over through the images and not even learn anything. It can just memorize every single image and again not learn anything, or it can really learn things properly. It really like identifies the pattern between the images. And then we are having the test data set itself. So can be like this data set, we need to divide it into training and testing data set. The question, so in training as well there will be two halves, right? The questions and the answers. Test as well there will be two halves, the questions and the answers, right, guys? Are you guys able to understand this? Do let me know. I'm so sorry. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? You will have the questions, right? The images and the answers that, okay, this image is of 7, right? So usually we don't like practically inside of coding, we don't call them as questions and answers. We call them as X and Y. Usually we represent question by capital X and we represent answer by small y. Okay. Similar to that, here as well, we like say this as capital X and we say this as small y, guys. So you can write this as X underscore train, Y underscore train, X underscore test, and Y underscore test. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes. So we need to divide our 70,000 dataset into X train, Y train, X test, Y test. Okay. If you are not able to understand what is X train, Y train, you have not attended our yesterday's class properly. You have not attended our yesterday's class properly. X train is a variable name that is going to contain the questions inside of this 60,000 images itself. And Y train is the variable that is going to contain the answers that is to those questions for these 60,000 images itself. In a similar way, X test is a variable name that contains the questions for these 10,000 test images itself, and so on and so forth. I hope so that is like understandable. I don't need to go over the entire thing. Now, in like I said, in Keras, everything is easy for you guys. You don't have to apply a lot of brain for that. So how what can you do? You just create like two fucking like this is equals to pf dot keras keras from TensorFlow into keras into the data sets. Okay, into the data sets, we want to get the MNIST data. MNIST, that is the name of the data set that we want. There's a fashion MNIST data set as well. But for that, I will usually prefer CNNs over ANNs, but we are going with the basics. So we are just going with MNIST data set itself. So from TensorFlow, we are having keras. From keras, you are having data sets. From data sets, we want the MNIST data set. And inside of the MNIST data set, what do we want to do? We want to load the data. What do we want to do? We want to load the data. Okay. So again, guys, revising it once again. From TensorFlow, we want keras. From keras, we want datasets. From datasets, we want the MNIST dataset itself that we want to use. And from the MNIST dataset, we want to load the data. Now loading the data, if you hover over it, okay, you should be able to see that it is written X train, Y train, X test, Y test. Are you able to see the last line? The last line, guys. Are you guys able to see that the return of this particular entire bhochu bhochu that was there is X train, Y train, X test, Y test? Are you guys able to see those two brackets right over there and the comma? That is what we want to put on the left hand side. It is telling us that this is the return type of the numpy array. So return type of the entire like blender that we have written, tf.krs dot datasets dot phalan MNIST dot load data. Okay, so the return, if you guys remember, we learned about functions, right? So functions returned something to us, and that we used to store it somewhere. So the return of this particular model is basically your X train, Y train plus X test, Y test in this particular format. So we just have to write that right over here. Okay. So X train, comma, Y train. Again, you can name it as anything. This is what I name it as, but you can name it as like Shaurya and something else, like Gajab, okay, Shaurya and Gajab, Ashwar and Ashmita, okay, you can name it as anything as you want. This is how I name stuff, okay? So X test, comma, Y test. As simple as that, nothing too complicated about it. This will give us our X train, Y train, X test, Y test, guys. Let's see how much data is present inside of each one of them. Shall we see, guys? So right now it has downloaded the data. It has already downloaded the data. It has loaded it inside of these variable names, guys. Shall we see what is the type of data that is present? Like what quantity of data is present in each one of them, guys? Shall we see that? Please let me know. Shall we see that? Please let me know, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Are you guys there or have you guys left? Shall we see that? Yes. Okay, so let's see this, guys. What we're going to do right now is that we're going to print this out. Okay, so I think so you guys have learned about print, right? print, print. What the fuck? Print, and we wanted to print something like, let's say 5. Okay, that is number that we wanted to print, and we print it out and we get the print right over here. There is another property inside of print, guys. Okay, you can actually specify a message as well. This is a number number space. This, what will this do is that it will print this is a number and then 5. Okay, if I run this, as you're able to see, you will be able to see that this is a number and then space 5 is getting printed on your screen. So you can use this to do a lot of different things. You can print a lot of different numbers or different type of data types together itself. This is a very good and very handy way of doing things. Okay, so I thought that I will let you guys know. So let us do that. Okay, so X underscore train. Okay, and let's print the shape of the X train. Okay, basically what does the X train contain? So X underscore train train. Again, guys, please remember X train is a numpy array. Okay, it's a matrix right over there. It's a 3-dimensional matrix. Okay, so X train dot shape will give us like, okay, how many elements are there on one of its sides, how many elements are there on the length, width, and in the depth as well. So you will be able to get that. So if you are able to run this right now, at not attribute keras. So Sahil, first of all, are you using Collab? Second of all, you have to use Collab if you are following along with me. Secondly, see the code properly. Most likely I've just made a coding error, because if this is working on my computer, it will work on every single computer. There's no doubt in that. So my suggestion to you would be, listen to me very carefully. Do not write code right now. Okay, just listen to me. After the class, look at the video and then compare your code. You will be able to understand where you have went wrong. It's as simple as that. Okay, so like I said again, so X train dot shape is giving up us the shape of X train, guys. And as you're able to see, you are having 60,000. That is the number of images that is there. and 28 by 28, that is the size of individual images. 28 by 28, that is the size of the individual images. So this is basically like all the images stacked together. Okay, 28 by 28 images stacked together, 60,000 images itself. That is how you can imagine the X train as. In a simpler manner, we can do it for Y train and everything else as well. So let us come to, okay, so let us change this to Y train, and let us do it for Y train shape. Let's change this to X test. Let us change this to X test as well. And this will be Y test. And let us change this to Y test as well. So we'll get the shape of everything right over there, guys. So as you're able to see, Y train just contains 60,000 elements. Why? Because it just contains the answer, that whether it is 0, whether it is 1, whether it is 2, whether it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it does not contain anything else. For every image, you are having one corresponding answer to it. That's why only 60,000 images. Sorry, 60,000 elements. In a similar manner, for X test, we are having 10,000 images, each image being 28 by 28 right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Please share the code. Komala, I'm not going to do that. If I'm sharing the code, I'm teaching as well, I'm explaining everything line by line, the video is also made available to you, then what are you doing? झुंझुना बजाने के लिए तो नहीं आना है ना यहाँ पे, सीखने के लिए आना है. The main point is you have to write your own code. I will explain every single line of code. This video is available with you guys with lifetime access, but you have to write your own code. I'm not going to provide you with code. Always remember that, guys. Never I'm going to provide you guys with code. Okay. Sushil, don't worry about it. If you are missing out on 1 days of attendance, you still get the certificates. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So this basically tells you the images. Okay. What is the size of these matrices and everything else as well. Okay. Okay. So next step is to see these images in real life. Okay. How does these images actually look like? So this part of code you don't have to do in your project. This is something that I'm just showing you guys what the dataset actually looks like so that you guys are able to understand it. But again, my suggestion is this code you don't have to do it, although I will still be explaining it to you guys. But again, if somebody is asking you guys or you are making this project on your own, I'll prefer not to put this code unless you are learning data visualization correctly. Okay. Okay, so now any particular plot, any graph at any particular point of time has two different stuff inside of matplotlib, guys. First is the figure and the second is the axis. I don't think so I need to make you guys understand what is an axis in a graph. Okay, I think so that is evidently very clear to you guys as well. The x-axis and the y-axis. The axis right over there. But what about figure? So figure are basically like how many different blocks you want with those axes itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Like what are you going to plot inside of that particular like figure? Okay, figure. Okay, what are you going to plot? What are you going to put inside of those graphs? That is basically how we can refer to as the figure itself. So there are two things, FIG figure as well as axis. So how should I put up AXS is equals to, and then we are going to use the pyplot. Okay, that is the PLT. We have converted that as PLT, guys. That is the nickname that we have provided to it. So PLT dot subplot 3,3. Now PLT dot subplot 3,3 basically refers to that we want a particular graph that has 3 by 3 matrix shaped. Okay, we want to create a graph that has 3 by 3 matrix shape, guys. So basically I can put one graph here, one graph here, one graph here, then one graph here, one graph here, one graph here, then one graph here, one graph here, one graph here. So subplots. Okay, inside of this particular big ass plotting that we are doing, how many subplots are there? How many quadrants are there? If you guys remember quadrants, like first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So how many quadrants are there? So I want 3 by 3 quadrants. That means every row will have 3 plots and every column will also have 3 plots right over there. So total of 9 plots will be there. Total number of plots will be 9 plots right over there, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Say Danish, mail me right now itself. I'll check because I don't know. Say that I've not seen your mail up till this point of time. I can just check right now as well. SYED. Okay, say that I've seen it. I will get it rectified by today itself. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from there itself, guys. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to plot. So now we have created the empty space. We have created an empty space, guys. So there are 9 particular plots that are there. Now we need to do the plotting. We need to put the images right over there, guys. So to do that, we are going to use something called as loops. Okay, we are going to use something called as loops, guys. Okay. How are we going to do that? Let us try to understand. Okay. So right over here, guys, you are having your particular graph. Okay. This is basically our graph, guys. These are the points where we want to put the images at. Okay. Now, to be able to access this particular plot, to do that, you are having the axis, that is the axis, and then the index from this particular end and this particular end, guys. What is the index? To basically identify that particular plot. Now indexing is basically like the house address, right? So you are living in a particular let's say you are living in a particular apartment. Okay, so every house has a particular house number. That is how I am able to identify that. Okay, you are living in house number 1, you are able to live in house number 2, you are able to live in house number 3, and so on and so forth. So in Python, this indexing starts from 0. Python is a 0th index programming language. Just like Java is there, then you are having your C++. Hello. Want to come? Want to come? Camera? मस्त चल रहा है. पढ़ना है? पाइथन पढ़ोगे? पढ़ोगे? पढ़ाई करोगे? पढ़ाई नहीं, पढ़ाई नहीं पसंद. So basically, you are having your Java, Python, C, C++, JavaScript. All these are 0th index programming languages. They start their indexing from 0. So this will be called as the 0th column. This will be called as the first column. This will be called as the second column. Similar to that, this will be called as the 0th row. This will be called as the first row. This will be called as the second row, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that is how we can easily identify it. So if I want to identify this particular plot, then that is row, comma, column. Okay. So what is the row number? 0. Column number 0. So by 0, comma 0, I can uniquely identify this particular plot, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Using 0, comma 0, I can uniquely identify this particular plot, guys. Why? Because the row number, the indexing for the row is 0 and the indexing of the column is 0 right over there, guys. So can you guys let me know what will be the indexing for this particular, this particular, if I want to identify this particular plot, how can I put my indexing, how can I get, like, how can I identify that uniquely, guys? Please let me know. How can I identify that, guys? Two comma 1. So row number, row index, and then the column index, guys. Simple as that, guys. That is how I can uniquely identify that. Now what is our aim? I want to go over this entire matrix, and each of these matrix I want to put an image as. How can I do that? Okay, how can I go over the entire matrix, and at every instance I want to put an image right over there? So first I want to go over the entire matrix. So what are the two things that are changing right over here, guys? the particular row number and the particular column number itself. These are the two things that if I'm changing them correctly, I can access all the different plots that are there. I can access all the different plots that are there. Am I right, guys? फंस गए, निकाल दूं, ठीक है? Okay. So what can we do right now, guys? So what we'll do is we'll create something called as a for loop, guys. For I in range 0, 3. Okay. For I in range 0, 3. So I बाबू चाहिए, लो वापस कर देना, लेकिन मेरा बाबू है, वापस कर दोगी? दूसरा वो नहीं मिल सकता, वो मेरा फेवरेट है, वो तुम्हें दिया ना, ना 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 ना. Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see, what we are going to do is we're going to ask I to change its value from 0, then 1, then 2. So we are putting up range 0, 3. This basically creates these three numbers for us. It starts at 0, it goes up till 3. It does not include 3, guys. Please remember this. It goes up till 3. It does not include 3 right over there, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes. So if I'm writing range 0, 3, it is giving us 0, 1, 2. Starting from 0, going up till 3. Do not include 3 right over there, guys. So first we are going to ask our I. Okay, for I, where I is basically our variable, guys. For I in range 0, 3. So it will take up the values, sorry. It will take up the values from 0 till 3. Do not include 3. So we are changing the value of I. Let's assume I refers to the row numbers. Let's assume I refers to the row numbers, guys. Then we need to change the column numbers. For example, first we have entered into the 0th row. We have entered into the 0th row, guys. So we need to then change the column number, then 0th column, then first column, then second column. Then we will change the row number once. Then okay, 1. Okay, that is the row number. Then again we'll change the column number. So 0 column, then first column, then second column, and so on and so forth. So right over here, we'll put up a second loop as well. Inside of this loop, we'll put up another loop for j in range 0, 3. So now j is going to take up our values for the column itself. Time is over, sir. Go to content, sir. Okay, no issues. You can go. Bye-bye. Okay, so right over here, guys, for I in range 0, 3, that is, we are iterating over the rows. And for every row, we are going to iterate over the columns as well. So j in range 0, 3, we are iterating over the column. So now we can get access to every single plot by writing just AXS and then I, j. AXS, I, j. We can get access to every single particular axis from right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Any doubts in this, guys? Please do let me know. This is very important. If you're facing any kind of doubts in this, please do let me know. This is very important, guys. This is very important. If you're facing any doubts, do let me know. Do not say to repeat. Okay, like I will not be repeating myself. Tell me exactly what you were not able to understand. Then I can help you guys out with it. Okay. अब मुझे कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा तो उसके लिए क्लास में अटेंशन पे करना रहता है वैभव. दैट इज व्हाट वी कैन डू. व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ एक्सेस? सो एक्सेस इज बेसिकली हाउ यू आइडेंटिफाई द प्लॉट्स. This fig comma axis that we have created right over there, right? That creates a particular plotting mechanism for us, which has 9 plots inside of it. So each of these plots are referred to by axis. So the dandi basically होता है ना x axis, y axis. That is, can you please repeat J loop for sure? Not repeat, but I'll try to make you guys understand. So if I want to get axis, okay, so this is my particular graph. What about fig? Fig, you can just ignore it for right now. Try to understand. It is basically the figure that is there inside of these things. It is by default inside of matplotlib. But yeah, right now your major goal is the axis. So this is basically your graph. Every single point here you will be having a graph right over here, guys. Okay, there will be a graph right over here. Each of these graphs can be accessed by axs. Okay, inside of this axis, inside of all these lines, this particular graph can be accessed by 0, 0. That is that particular axis, guys. That particular part is your axis 0, 0. Okay, so this will be axis 0, 1, then 0, 2, then 1, 0, then 1, 1, then 1, 2, then 2, 0, then 2, 1, then 2, 2. So that is how I can access every single plot that I have to plot right over there. Now, if you look at this very carefully, how are we progressing further? First, our R is remaining constant at 0. 0, 0, 0. R is constant. We are changing the value of our column. First it is 0, then it is 1, then it is 2. Then again we are keeping R as constant at 1. Then we are changing column 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Then again we are keeping R as our constant. We are changing the value of our column 0, 1, 2. So for every loop of R, for I in the range 0, 3, so our value of I is 0 right now. We are implementing another loop right over here that now loop over our C. Okay, J in range 0, 3. So our I is fixated at 0. We will first take J as 0, then J as 1, then J as 2. Then again we'll change the value of I to 1. Then again we'll go over J, J as 0, J as 1, J as 2. And so on and so forth, guys. That is how we will be able to get access to all our plots. Let us try to write the code down first. Can we do it using while loop? That is up to you. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you're dumb enough, okay, you can do something very simply. Why do you want to hold your nose? You can hold your nose like this. Why do you want to take your nose through your ass and then put it in your mouth, take out of your mouth and then hold your nose? It does not make any sense. Just hold your nose like this. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over there. So we'll start for I in range 0, 3. Okay, simple. You can write it as 0, 3. You can simply write it as 3 as well. We'll start from 0 and it will go up till 3. It makes the exact same sense. There's no difference in between them. Okay, both you can do it. Both will get you the exact same answer itself. For J in range 3. Okay, again. AXS, that is the variable that we are using. I, J. Okay. Now, inside of this I, J, I want to plot my image. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. I want to plot my image inside of this I, J. Now, till here, we were just making a layout of the graph. We're making the layout of the, by only I and J. Dude, what is the matter? तुम गणेश शिंदे यूज करो, तुम एक गणेश यूज करो, तुम एक शिंदे यूज करो, तुम्हारी मर्जी. But hum, as a programmer, we prefer to use ing. You use Ganesh and Shinde. That is up to you. I'm nobody's telling you that, oh, this is a variable name, dude. You can use anything. Input up to abusive words as well, right over there. That is up to you. Focus upon what is main. Do not focus upon these shitty ass questions itself. Okay. So access I, J. We want to plot our image right over there. So matplotlib.plt is used to make this plot, okay, to make this graph. Now for the image, we have to use computer vision. For the image, we have to use computer vision right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. We have to use computer vision right over there. So instead of using CV2 directly, we are going to use the IM show, that is pre-installed inside, like it's a basic pack, like it is present inside of CV2, so we can directly use it. Okay, so dot IMSHOW, that is basically image show the image. Okay, that is the full form of it. IMShow basically means show the image right over there. So what image do I want to show? That is, where are our images present right now? Can somebody let me know? Where are our images present right now, guys? Can somebody let me know? Where are our images present right now? Can somebody let me know? MNIST wrong. Okay. Think about it. Let me know, guys. Where are our images? The ones that I want to showcase right over there. Where are they stored right now? They are stored very good, Dhwani. Very good. Inside of Xtrain and Xtest. That is where we are having our images stored right now. Xtrain and Xtest. Okay. That is where our images are currently stored at. Okay. So X underscore train, why did my train go out of the way? Okay, and I want to access an image out of it. So the images are present at indexes itself. So at the 0th location, one image will be present. At the first location, second image will be present. At third particular location, third image will be present, and so on and so forth. But do you want the same image in all these 9 plots, or do you want different images, guys? Do you want the same image in all these 9 plots, or do we want different images right over here, guys? Different images, right? So we cannot just put 0. We want this particular value to be continuously changing as well. It will start from 0, then go to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Why? Because we are starting to count to from 0. And there are only 9 places available to us. The subplot that we are creating is of just 9 places. So we are counting from 0, and that means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 9 plots, 9 images that we will be having. So let's create a variable right over here, guys. Let's create a variable called as CNT, count is equals to 0. Let's create a variable called as count as 0, guys. And we'll put up count right over here, CNT. Now for every single loop that is happening, we'll increase the value of CNT by 1. Okay. So CNT plus, CNT plus is CNT is equals to CNT plus 1. Okay. So we'll increase the value of CNT by 1 every single time, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Okay, one more thing, guys. I made a spelling mistake right over here. It is subplots, not subplot. Okay. Sure, Vaibhav Shinde. I'll just stop the lecture for you. So it is subplots, guys, not subplot. I made a mistake of spelling right over there. Please don't make the same mistake as I have done. Okay. So let us rerun this. And as you're able to see, we are getting our plot on our screen, guys. These are the first 9 data points that we are having, the first 9 images that we are having inside of our data set, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this, guys? Please let me know. These are the first 9 images that we are having inside of our data set, guys. One thing that you guys can do is, instead of writing CNT is equals to CNT plus 1, this is very bad way of writing things. Just write CNT plus is equals to 1. Both of them mean the exact same thing. Both of them mean the exact same thing. You can do CNT plus plus as well. But this is a better way of doing it. CNT plus is equals to 1. It means the exact same thing, guys. Okay? It means the exact same thing. Are you guys able to understand everything up till here, guys? Please let me know. Yes, you can do CNT plus plus as well. That is up to you, guys. Are you guys able to understand everything up till here? Please let me know. Yes, amazing, guys, amazing. So we'll stop here itself. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start making our model right over there, guys. Tomorrow's aim is to create the model and start with the deployment process. So let's see how quickly we are able to create the model. The model is less than 10 lines of code. So I don't think so it is going to take us a lot of time. It's just that understanding that will take us a lot of time. Okay. So why are we why the particular values are displaying? So that is the number of pixels of the image. So 28 by 28 pixels, if you guys want to calculate, that is 28 pixels by 28 pixels. So those are the numbers, the values that are being showcased right over there. Okay, so we'll meet in our tomorrow's class, guys. No second attendance for today's class. Just that those students have already missed the attendance in today's class. Come to the class on time every single day, guys. If you're not coming on time in the classes, you will miss out on your certificates. Okay, missing out on one attendance, you still get your certificates. If missing out on more than one attendance, you will not be able to get the certificates. Okay, please show the whole code once. You can just go through the video. The video is available. Okay, I've gone through every single line of code line by line, so you can rewind the video, watch it again. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class and we'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys.